Kazuchika Okada is leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling, and today we're going to be talking about where he potentially may land, what this means for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and everything a little bit more. Guys, if you're new here, my name's Billy. Definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm a bunch. I appreciate you guys always. But without further ado, let's just hop right into the video. And yes, it's true. Kazuchika Okada is no longer going to be with New Japan Pro Wrestling as of January 31st, 2024. And he is going to finish up his duties with the company. Now, if you guys do not know, Okada had problems with previous management over in New Japan Pro Wrestling, which possibly could have caused this all to happen. Hiroshi Tanahashi ended up becoming he took over pretty much for New Japan Pro. And from my understanding, there's no ill will between the two parties. From the looks of it, he'll be going out once his duties are finished, and kind of in the Will Ospreay manner of, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing going forward, and just giving him that free will to do so. So, number one, big ups to New Japan Pro Wrestling. It is absolutely outstanding. I love how they've gone about these people disbanding or departing from their company. Will Ospreay and now Okada obviously leaving with so much respect over in Japan. Now, one thing that I want to talk about is where Okada may actually land up. And a lot of people, even somebody in particular who, once this news dropped late last night, had something to say about it. It was Tony Khan. Tony Khan left some cryptic tweets. He said AEW is going to be great in 2024. I don't want to say that's verbatim, but it was something along those lines. And he said this was right before Okada had officially announced that he was going to be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. So obviously hinting, and truth be told, I do not see Tony Khan not trying to strike here. Now, it had been reported by Fightful that WWE actually, there's been no real talks within the two parties, from my understanding as of right now. Obviously, I do believe that the WWE would love to have Okada. Now, a lot of people speculate that he will stay over in AEW just because that there's that working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, which I'll say, hey, that's great. And me personally, I do believe that he should go to AEW. I believe there's a lot of things that he can do over there. I believe he fits well in AEW. And then you have the Forbidden Door stuff. So it's not like he's walking away from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's just stepping into another company, and he's stepping over into North America to put himself in front of new faces, which I do believe is great. Now, obviously, there's also Impact. Now, if you guys do not know, Okada actually worked the Snake Eyes tapings for TNA Impact. So I know that they had mended fences over there in Impact or TNA. So I do believe that people should really start paying attention to TNA. I do believe that they're looking for that guy. And actually, last night on TNA, Will Ospreay wrestled Josh Alexander, and the promo that Will Ospreay cut was that Josh Alexander needs to step up and become the guy. And, you know, I do believe and see that kind of being the case here. It's that TNA is lacking that star face. Obviously, if you guys don't know, they actually just signed Nick Nemeth, who I do believe can run with the ball for now, but it's nobody that's going to be game-changing at this very moment. But I do believe that if they signed Okada, it would be game-changing instantly, and they would have somebody to put their company in front of. If you guys don't know, Okada is like the John Cena of New Japan Pro. You know, he can only be... He can't be redone. I don't think that they'll ever be able to do what they did with him. I think he's a seven-time IWGP World Champion. I want to say 7 times. I could be completely off, but I do believe it is 7 times. And just you can't mimic that, right? Okada and what he brought to the company. He was a just this wonderful, like, you can even look at him and tell, like, this aura around him. It's absolutely outstanding. I've seen him wrestle. Now, I'm not going to sit up and say that I'm the biggest New Japan Pro Wrestling watcher, but I definitely have watched it, and I know about it. You know what I'm saying? And I know Kazuchika Okada and how important he is to that company. Now, I will say that it does kind of leave a little bit of a question mark up in the air for me about, like, oh, well, why is he leaving? What's the actual reason? Is it something to do with the management? I genuinely do not believe so, and I do want to have, like, a conversation with you guys. Everybody can leave down in the comments section below. Where do you think he's going to go? What do you think he's going to do? I genuinely want to have this conversation because I believe this is a huge conversation, especially with him, the potentials of where he could end up. TNA lingers a little bit in the background that nobody really talks about. But I do have, like, this small feeling, right? I'm not going to say it's a big feeling, but it's a tiny little feeling, right? Especially, Mercedes is obviously lingering a little bit in the background too, and, she could potentially be going to AEW, and it could be huge for them in 2024, which I genuinely hope it is, right? Because I know AEW this past Wednesday was a great show. The showing with Matthew Jackson and Nicholas Jackson was absolutely outstanding. Hook and Samoa Joe, the storylines that you can tell. As long as Tony Khan can land on his feet and make sure that these people are being presented in the correct way, I'm happy with it. I'm perfectly fine with what they're going to do, and if they have Okada, I am happy with it. I will say that I also would love to see him in the WWE, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, he wouldn't work over there because it just wouldn't make any sense. Well, that's bullshit. The reason I say that is we're under a complete new regime now, and obviously this regime now has been proven to do wonders with the talent that they have. So you best believe that the regime that they have now, they would 100% take care of Okada and make sure that he was okay. Obviously, you have Shinsuke over there who is getting a wonderful, wonderful push. Shinsuke, if you guys don't know, is somebody who also came from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And another guy, AJ Styles, wrestled in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So to sit up and say that there's a chance that they would fumble Okada, I do not believe so. I think everything with Okada would stay the same. He would be fine in the WWE, but I also understand why people think he should go to AEW. It fits there. It does. It fits. It keeps that working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, considering that they are all on good working terms, which, from my understanding, is the case. But I don't want to waste all of your guys' time, and I don't want to sit here and just kind of ramble on about Okada. But I genuinely do. I want to know, what do you guys think is going to happen with Okada? Where do we believe he's going to land? What do you think happens next? Now, again, his contract is up on January 31st, 2024. So there's no chance of him going to the Royal Rumble, so you can just mark that out. Unless New Japan Pro actually gave him the okay, kind of like they did with Will Ospreay, who allowed him to announce the signing with AEW. So there's always that. But I genuinely want to know what you guys think. And I'm super interested because this is a conversation that can be held. And we got time to have this conversation, right? Because January 31st is still, I think 12 days away right now. So it's all really up in the air. But if you guys are new here, my name is Billy. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. Also, give it a like. I really appreciate you guys so much. Everybody who tunes into these videos just stops, maybe watches for a minute or two. I genuinely appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely outstanding and awesome. I know the content right now seems fairly basic, and I am going to upgrade it. And that's something that I do want to make clear, that I am going to be upgrading the content in the way that it's made. Right now, I'm just working on getting the ground, right? Right now, we're working from the ground up. And that's just something that needs to be done. I do genuinely appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Kazuchika Okada, where's he going to land? You let me know down in the comments section below. Let's have a conversation. Join the Discord. We can have a conversation over there too. Feel free. You guys are absolutely beautiful, awesome people. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'll be talking to you later. Peace.